The 8th Samsung IndyCar Series race of the season stays on the West Coast as we're here at the Denver Motorsports Park for the Denver Grand Prix at the Denver Roval. Team Penske's Anthony Fox has claim pole for today's race. 2's outside second is the 39 of Trey Wright. Then third's Jay Randall. 4th we have Carter Friesen. Looking to go back-to-back on the West Coast. Riley Sampson rounds out the top 5. 6th place goes to Justin Zeidel. 7th Oliver Evans. 8th is another Team Penske car, Bronze Mix, so 3 of the Team Penske cars inside the top 10. 9th we have Kashawn Richardson and John Gilbert. The 48 rounds out the top 10. For the rest of the others, Case Nacko, 2's inside, Brandon Grenier in the 25. Then we have Jonathan Rains and John Smith in the 23, with Riley Spurley-Tube and Jake Gow in the 88. Behind the Max Rossi and Christian Vargas, 2 teammates. Vargas comes in as the points leader, 93-point gap over 2nd place. And we have Anthony Hernandez and Luke Rennie the 2, along with Mark Silas and Brandon Beal in the 5 car, with Nonigan Scott and Dylan Trieste. Then there's Christian Richardson, Kai Xander, with Anthony Rodriguez and Marshall Burrow. Then we have Zachary Fitzwater Sr. and Anthony Lehman. Behind them, Trey Rainey, and second in points, Ryan Brommer. And there's Special Kukulan and Cole Luigi. And in the final row, Jose Mills the 60, Tyler Fink the 59, rounding out the 36-car field. So there's our starting lineup for the Denver Grand Prix here at the Denver Roval. Let's go to track time and fire these engines up with the starting command.
Drivers, start your engines!
Go ahead, fire up. Please stay still here. Exit the fire up.
36 cars are rolling off the starting grid here to go racing in the Denver Grand Prix, race number 8 of the Samsung IndyCar Series season. Last race won by Riley Sampson in the 10 for Chip Ganassi Racing. Sampson starts 5th here today, looking to go back-to-back in the Samsung IndyCar Series. So far in 7 races, 7 different winners. Some drivers looking to change that here today. And coming in, points leaders Christian Vargas, 93 points separate him from Ryan Brommer. And Andretti Autosport holds the points lead in terms of owners' points over AJ Foyt Enterprises and Evan Hunter. 12 laps around the Denver Roval. Anthony Fox on pole, looking to turn around or just make a bright spot what has been a miserable season so far. The single car organization, Trey Wright to the outside. They come down into the restart zone. And stepping on the gas goes Fox. We're green flag racing at Denver. Fox gets away on the start of the race. Jay Randall moved to second, but then goes wide off that corner. Riley Sampson looks outside in the 10 car. That's for second position already. And Trey Wright from second did not get going. Fell back to 4th there in the start of the race. The battle's still on for second. Jay Randall will clear Riley Sampson for that second position. Looking for podium goes Trey Wright on Riley Sampson side by side. This is going to be one of the coolest corners in the racetrack, almost like a corkscrew. Down the hill, left, right. Interesting corner for sure, and that's a corner where racing around this racetrack, that corner takes your attention, and you have focused on that corner every single lap you go down through this infield portion of the racetrack. Zeidel balanced Oliver Evans back there. This is for 6th and 7th. Side by side, Evans has the inside through this corner. It's going to prevail for the 77. Gets by Justin Zeidel for P6. But Zeidel fighting on the outside into now the banked oval section of the racetrack. This is where you're going to be seeing some fast speeds as they then head off into the front stretch chicane. Fox pulls away in the race lead. Jay Randall second, falling back into the front stretch chicane. 3 wide looking in there. This ain't going to work. Contact made. Cars go wide. Fox or Zeidel trying to get away. There's Bronze Mick, his teammate, who was rubbing Oliver Evans as well. That was a 3-way battle for 6th position, and somehow they came out of it all in one piece. That could have been a disaster. Kashawn Richardson, Oliver Evans' teammate, watching on, trying to pass John Gilbert there for 9th. As now 5 cars break away. Anthony Fox, Jay Randall are 1st and 2nd. Randall's closed the gap a little bit on the 22, but it's not close enough to try and make a move. Trey Wright in 3rd, Sampson 4th, Carter Friesen in 5th. Then a good ways back to Zeidel in 6th. Minnick, his teammate, is now to 7th. Oliver Evans has dropped back to 8th after the kerfuffle through the front stretch chicane, and he's looking. Here comes Chris Sherman's teammate. John Gilbert rounds out the top 10, the 48. Then Brendan Grenier's 11th. Jonathan Raines is 12th. Riley Through to 13th. Casey Neck go back to 14th. Vargas, our points there, currently holds the top 15 spot. Going up here, Oliver Evans really wide. Here comes Sean Richardson. Move to 9th, moving to 8th. Now the 7 up to P8. Through the corkscrew. Once again, this is just one of the most interesting corners on this racetrack. Something these drivers are definitely going to take their breath away if they've never been through it. And if they're used to it, they know that that's the portion of the racetrack you really have to be careful through. You got to be paying extra attention going through there every lap. This battle for 7th. Manek has it because Sean Richardson's been on a flyer the last few laps. He's going to want that position in a hurry. 7 car gaining right onto the back of the 12 car. We'll see if he can do anything in the draft through this oval section with the banking. You don't have to let off the gas. So it's a good way to gain some speed in the draft. But too bad for drivers second and back as Fox has pulled away. He's no longer in draft range, I believe, with Jay Rando. So the 33's going to have to be better through the infield section to try and gain. Saw Trey from third there get a little loose, and Riley Sampson closes in for a podium spot. Back here a little bit cleaner through that front stretch chicane. 10 laps to go. The Denver Grand Prix. Anthony Fox started on pole. He's led both the laps so far. Looking to put some bright point on a pretty much dark season so far. He's currently out front, but something that we're going to have to be watching and mindful of. Pit stops, pit strategy, which will come into factor here in today's race. These drivers can go no more than 9 laps on fuel. So it's going to be interesting because basically, once we get around and complete this lap, fuel window's open. If you want to pit next lap, you go ahead and do it and make it on fuel to the end. But the risk you're taking with that is you'll cycle out. You'll have tires sooner, but you'll cycle out in dirty air back in the pack. Do you really want that? If you're Anthony Fox, we saw Trey Rainey lose a race. Mid-Ohio, the first race of the season, dominated the race. Once pit cycle started, he pitted sooner than Jake Galloway. Galloway stayed out. 88 merged. 18 was merged into traffic, slowed his lap down. 88 had a faster lap and leapfrogged the 18 on strategy. Will something like that happen here today if some relief started to come in sooner or later? And I think, honestly, on a road course like this, it might be more beneficial to actually come in later than sooner. I don't think really the tires are wearing that much to where, you know, you're going to have to worry about, hey, I can gain 5/10 if I come in sooner and get fresh rubber on. I have to think that these tires are pretty much similar for everyone else, and I just have to think that staying out longer might benefit. But the only bad thing is if a yellow were to come out and you stay out, you get caught then not having made your pit stop. Ike Seals front 2 power sliding off the corner. No real battle as everyone going single file through this front stretch chicane. Back here a battle with Anthony Rodriguez. Side by side, 21th Christian Richardson will gain the spot. 27th for the 21. Back here, Kugelon looking on Trey Rainey. Colucci rounds out the field. Jay Rendo's closed in a little bit on Anthony Fox, so he has gained the last lap. A little bit closer than he was last time in the oval section. He's got to be closer, though, next lap to try and get in the draft of the 22. Right here, great corner there for Jay Rando. He closed in a little there. I think he's going to go a little wide here, though. Yeah, he just couldn't get through that corner well. Quick update where points there. Christian Vargas is currently running right where he was last time. We saw him in P15 just behind the 8th of Casey Nanago. So Vargas right now top 15 spot, and that's good for him because second in points, Ryan Brommer is back in 30th. Barely clinging on to a top 30 spot. Not good for Ryan Brommer, who started the season pretty well. Last 2 races, last race at least, was pretty terrible. And this race looking to be just the same as last race at ISM. Well, Jay Rendo's bringing Trey Wright with him. He's closing on the 22 little there, and Trey Wright deciding to come with them up through this infield section. Rendo's closed in nicely onto the back of the 22 of Anthony Fox. Fox a little wide there, trying to get a nice arc off the corner. Rando was just a tick lower. We're going to race back onto the oval section. 8 to go to the start-finish line, which once again means fuel window going to be opening up for these drivers. If you want to pit now, you can make it on fuel, but it's a big risk to come in sooner. And you have to know that someone is going to be making a bold decision to come in sooner or stay out and come in later. You know that's going to be on the table for some of these drivers. 8 to go right there. Fox leads the way. Rando in second. I'm surprised Rando didn't follow the 22 down lower to try and get in the draft of Anthony Fox. He kind of just stayed a little higher right there, and he's still staying higher. That's kind of interesting there. I thought he would want to race in the draft. However, he is gaining speed on that 22. Fox cannot get through that corner well. Rando got through it pretty well and closing the gap a little there again. He can dive into that corner as well. It's such a great corner for the 33. However, this corner, I think Fox prevails. But this time, Rando did run nice and committed to that curbing. Trey Wright was the one that did. He went wide from third. He'll drop back. Because Sean Richardson is giving Oliver Evans. They battle side by side for 8th. Richardson keeps the spot for now. That is Aerosmith Peterson and Jonathan Buford at the helm of that team. Watching 2 of his drivers battle inside the top 10. The other one of his drivers, Brandon Beal, in the 5 car. We'll take a look at where he is. He's back in 20th. So right now, Beal not having the best of days, but still top 20 run for Aerosmith Peterson. How about the front Dale Coyne Racing as Jay Rando in second position, chasing down Team Penske's Anthony Fox. Last season's Gatorade Cup Series champion, has never won a Gatorade Cup Series race, has never won a race period, and he's won a championship. He's looking to win his first ever Samsung IndyCar Series race here today at the Denver Roval. Jay Rando, he's won a few times before. The Target Series, up to second. Trey Wright for the single car. Clausen Marshall Racing is right now in third. And Chip Ganassi Racing holds the 4th spot with Riley Sampson. 5th belongs to Ed Carter Racing and Carter Friesen. So inside the top 5, we have 5 different teams. And then our first repeat team is 6th and 7th. Both Team Penske cars, with the Team Penske car leading the race, and 2 Aerosmith Peterson cars, 8th and 9th, and 10th place is the Brian Reinbold John Gilbert car. And 11th, you have Andretti Autosport, Levi Jones at the helm of that team. And I believe Jones would actually gain points on AJ Foyt Enterprises. So he'd probably pull away, but here comes Vargas for AJ Foyt up to 14th, get by the 8th of Casey Nanico. Looking to get Evan Hunter, team owner, some points towards the Owners' Championship. I believe right now 7th place Bronson Minnick is actually slowing up the rest of the field. I think that his car is not up to pace. However, it's hard to make passes on a road course like this. You have to be very technical with the passes you make. It's very hard to make these passes. Minnick is able to hold off Sean Richardson, but it's backed up the whole field. You see the front 6 are kind of gone. 7th on back on a long jam of cars. Halfway at the start-finish line for Anthony Fox. The field window is open. Who's going to be the first to pay out? I have to believe if you're going to come in sooner, you'd have to be someone further back in the field. If you're going to be staying out, I believe you have to be at the front of the field if you're going to be staying out longer. If you're going to be pitting sooner, you're probably going to be back outside the top 10, except when you cycle out, you're not in very much dirty air. If you're a race leader and you're coming out pit road early and you cycle out, you'll be cycling out around like 25th or 30th. And you'll still be in the thick of it. Let's see what happens. As they're going to hit the front stretch chicane, we'll see if anyone inside the top 5 decides to hit the pits. Anthony Fox, Jay Rando first and second. They're going to stay out on the racetrack. Fox goes wide through that area of the chicane. The front 6 get through. Front 10 are still staying on the racetrack. They are determined to go as far as they can on this tank of fuel. But how about Jay Rando did a better job through that front stretch chicane than Anthony Fox did. Got a great run there. Not close enough again, but he has closed in a little bit more. And the gap back from the 22 to 33. About half a second. It was about 5/10 and a half. 5.5 tenths. Speaking of doing well through the oval section, Trey Wright closed in third. Closed right up onto Jay Rando. I'm still impressed with Riley Sampson. Brought Chip Ganassi Racing a win, a well-needed win for Chip Ganassi Racing, who's at the bottom of the points list. 2-car team that you expect to do well, just has not done well this season. Sampson picked up the win at ISM and moved them up in points and owners' points. And now, if Sampson can close out the day inside this top 5, he'll definitely move William Bowen and Chip Ganassi Racing up the owner standings once again. But there's still a race win to be decided here. Fox, I think, has come back to that 33. His last lap was about a tenth slower, and Trey Wright was about 2 tenths faster. And Riley Sampson is laying down some flyers as well in the 10 car. Last lap, he was about a full half second faster than Anthony Fox. So that time, Fox got off the corner well. And Fox really got into the oval section well that time, but this front stretch chicane is giving him some pains the last few laps. We'll see if it gives him a pain this lap, or if he's going to decide to come down pit road. We're coming to 5 to go. Through it again. Everyone get through. Look at Carter freezing in a slide. And it still looks like drivers are committed to staying out. There goes our first. Christian Vargas into pit road. How about that? Points leader with the undercut. He's right now the only one on the pit lane. There goes Ryan Brommer, second in points in, so the front 2 points along with last place Cole Luigi, saying, I have nothing to lose. I'm already last place. Let's come down sooner. And for Vargas, that was great along with Brommer because he's not going to come out dirty here. He came in, what, 14th or so. And some others came in a lap earlier. That was Zachary Fitzgerald Sr., Brandon Beal, Dylan Trieste. They came in a lap sooner. So there go these 3 leaving. So 6 cars hit the pits. Out of the 36, at least 30 cars still left on the racetrack. There is Vargas. We'll see. He came in 14th. We'll see if he merges out anywhere better than where he came in. At the front, 5 cars, then 6th of Zidell. 7th on back. Looking to try and decide when to come down pit road. We're coming to 4 to go this time by. So there's Fitzwater and Beal. Cole Luigi in the 9, remember, he came in 36th. He was last place when cycle started. Right there, if he can beat the 5 or the 19 off, he would gain 2 positions from staying on lap later. We'll see how this happens. They're side by side, and they have to go around the 9 of Cole Luigi as well. They might be 3 wide back here. They're just trying to decide what was maybe the better option, either staying out or coming in. It looks like right now for Cole Luigi, it was staying out a lap longer. He gained 2 spots so far off that, but the 19's still looking there for that spot. Well, Fox through oval 3 and 4, coming to 4 to go. Who hits the pits this time by? And will it be one of our front runners? Fox in. All the top 5 coming in. Zidell in 6th is in. And look at that. Everyone deciding to hit at the same time, which means no one's really going to gain the advantage from that. Yeah, the only driver that I can see gaining advantage now is the 4 Vargas. Although with a very cluttered pit lane, we could see some issues here. But everyone come down. All 30 cars that didn't pit are down this time. And Fox, the first of them in. We'll see if he can win the battle off pit road just how he came in. And he's going to be watching out in his mirror for Jay Rando. That team, Riley Sampson. There goes Fox leaving with the 2 tires. He'll leave well out in front of Jay Rando. He's gone. Fox is gone. Where is the 4 of Christian Vargas, the first driver in pit road? He's on the front stretch now. So he crosses the start-finish line. First car to pit sooner was this 4 Vargas. We'll see if it gained him time or if it lost him time. There's Grenier, who was in front of him. There's John Giller, who was inside the top 10. Here comes Vargas, who was 15th when he came into pit road. He's going to be just on the window of the top 10. If not, he'll be in the top 10, just inside the door. Trying to get around the outside, John Gilbert through this corner right here. There's Riley Sprotube, the 81. Looks like he leapfrogged a few drivers. Dylan Tracy definitely leapfrogged as he's by his teammate Grenier. And at the front, Trey Wright is followed behind Carter Friesen. As Wright's team, not a great pit stop. They came in 3rd, they left 5th. And now the front of the field is all just kind of separated. Side by side through the corkscrew. Friesen going to give it up to Trey Wright, so Friesen is still 5th. Wright back to 4th. There's Minikin 6th. He leapfrogged his teammate. Zidell is now 7th. Richardson is 8th. Vargas is up to 9th in the 4 car, with Riley Sprotube to 10th. Gilbert back to 12th as Trieste moves to 11th. Great pit stops for the 98 and the 4. What great strategy as well. And that's maybe something if you're Jay Rando. You think about, if I would have come in sooner, look how close he is to this 22 now. If he would have come in a lap sooner, would he have possibly beat the 22 off pit road, or maybe say Trey Wright or Riley Sampson? If one of those front 5 besides the 22 came in a lap sooner, would they have leapfrogged? But this race is still not over. Jay Rando still has a shot at this 22 of Fox. Pressuring him into the front stretch chicane. Rando goes a little wider. Yeah, but I think it got him a good run there off the chicane. He's there. Within a few car lengths, Anthony Fox in the draft in the oval section. We'll see what he can do. He's gaining time right here into turn 1. He is faster. Faster speeds for Rando. Can he look to the inside of Fox? He's looking. He has a nose. He's there. He has a wheel to the inside of Fox now. Entering now the infield section. Wheel to wheel. Rando takes it away from Fox. Fox has led every single lap today from the pole position. But when it matters most, Jay Rando has the better car. He's out front now over Fox. Now if you're Anthony Fox, regroup. Do not let that 33 get away. Keep him within touch. Regroup. Get your head back on. Get on straight. Stay straight and narrow. These next few laps, you cannot let that 33 get out of grasp. If he can stay with him and get in the draft, he can come back to him. You maybe just had a little bit of a bobble there and had to get over it. But if the 33 is just that much faster, then he's going to pull right away from Fox. Maybe an adjustment made on pit road for Jay Rando's team. Maybe some air pressures. Whatever it was, it got the 33 the lead. Has pushed the 22 back to second. But we still have 2 laps to go. Can Rando hold them off? And Riley Sampson may be the fastest car on the racetrack. He's closing in on the front 2. Rando's pulled away from Fox there. What a great corner exit for the 33. Fox going to try anything he can with the pole sitter car. Sampson in third is going to try. Seidel back around his teammate Minnick. As Vargas still holds 10th, or still 9th over Riley'sburg. It could be a great day for the 4. And what a smart call by that team, that race strategist, that said come down now and leapfrog the Andretti All-Sport cars. Now Evan Hunter would gain points over Levi Jones if it were to stay this way. 2 to go still. You gotta know Justin Dietz is thrilled seeing his car out in front. Get him back into the Owners' Championship race. Same with Matthew Logan for Team Penske. And this battle for second, I think this is going to be a great battle for second. I have to think that 10 of Riley Sampson is eons better than that 22 right now. I have to think Riley Sampson is one of the fastest cars on the racetrack. And he does. He was a half a second faster than race leader Jay Rando. Got the dirty there, the 22 had to lift, lost a ton of ground. Yeah, I think that could be a thrilling battle for P2 if that 10 can catch back up to that 22 of Anthony Fox. We'll be coming to the white flag this time, but it's been a long race here at the Denver Roval, Denver Motorsports Park. It's been caution-free every single lap. It's been a clean race. 1 lead change that was after pit cycles, with the 33 Jay Rando beating out the 22 of Anthony Fox on the outlap. This could be a big battle for 5th. Minnick back by his teammate Justin Seidel, trying to get to 5th over Carter Friesen, put another Penske car inside the top 5. And Vargas tried to hang on for all it's worth over Riley'sburg. That's 9th and 10th. The 4 looking for every point he can. The 81, the single car Dragon Speed organization, looking for more spots inside the top 10. Rando's pulled away from Fox, who's pulled away from Sampson, spread out inside the top 3. It's going to be a big battle for 10th here. There is the highest Andretti All-Sport car in 11th. Dylan Trieste, he played the same strategy as the 4 car, gained just as many spots as the 4, if not more. And how about Ryan Brommer? We mentioned he stayed out, or he pitted with the 4 in the 98. He jumps up to 15th. He was hanging on to 30th before pit cycles. Brommer inside the top 15 now. Hill. And look at Trieste did not have enough fuel or something happened. Same with Ryan Brommer. Fitzwater. Cole Luigi Kukulon. How about Vargas? Did he have enough fuel? He did. But maybe sputter because here comes Spurley too. The drivers that were on that early pit strategy either didn't fill it full of fuel or had something happen. Oliver Evans off the pace. Max Rossi off the pace. There's Kukulon, Luigi, Brommer, Fitzwater, Trieste, all to come down pit road. And look at Kai Xander's low on fuel. The 28 sputtering. 28's out of fuel. Is anyone else going to fall victim to this in the last lap? How about Christian Vargas, who was hanging on to 9th, now trying to hang on to 10th. Our highest Andretti Autosport cars right now, 12th, that's Brendan Grenier. No Andretti cars inside the top 10. Last time through the infield section. Does everyone have enough fuel to make it to the end? Remember, they all took 2 tires. That's going to play into it for sure. Kai Xander, the 28, remember he said he was sputtering. I think he's still sputtering. Yeah, these drivers might actually pass that 28 if he keeps sputtering like that. Maybe Rando had some fuel pickup issues, because look at the 22 is caught back up. Final time through the oval section. Vargas still holding on to a top 10, the 4, looking to extend the points lead that he has coming into this race. Final time through the oval section. Jay Rando in control. Dale Coyne Racing going to victory lane with Jay Rando. Checkered flag is up. He had the fuel to make it. Jay Rando passes Fox late in the race to win the Denver Grand Prix at the Roval. Fox second. Sampson third. How about Vargas? Where'd he finish? Did he make it back? He did. In 10th position. He had the fuel to make it. While many others who were on the same strategy as him did not have the fuel to make it. Jay Rando wins the Denver Grand Prix at the Denver Roval. Let's go see the finishing results on the point standings. Here are the finishing results from the Denver Grand Prix at the Denver Motorsports Park. No caution flags today. One lead change. 2 drivers saw the lead here today. They were Jay Rando and Anthony Fox. Rando started third, picked up the lead in the final 3 laps and never looked back. Anthony Fox led the first 9 laps of the race. Absolute domination from the pole position, but falls victim to finish in second after just not getting off the pit road well, and the outlap was terrible for the 22. Riley Sampson backs up the win at ISM with a 3rd place here today, so great days for Sampson back-to-back. 4th belongs to Trey Wright. Bronson Minnick rounds out the top 5. He actually got up to 5th, getting by Carter Friesen, who falls to finish in 6th. Justin Zeidel 7th. Sean Richardson 8th. Riley Spurgeon, who jumps up to 9th. And Christian Vargas with a top 10 on a day where maybe he was lucky to get a top 15. He gets a top 10. John Gilbert 11th, our highest Andretti car. Brandon Grenier gets 12th. Not a great day for Levi Shonda's team here today. Johnson Rain 13th, 14th John Smith, Jake Galloway at 15th. Then Casey Neckon 16th, Anthony Nez 17th, Luke Rainey 18th, Noggin Scott 19th, and Marshall Burrow rounds out the top 20. 21st belongs to Brandon Beal, Mark Salas 22nd, our next highest Andretti car. 23rd for Anthony Rodriguez, Christian Richardson 24th, and 25th for Anthony Lehman. Then 26th for Trey Rennie, 27th Tyler Fink, Jose Mills 28th, 29th Dylan Trieste, 30th Max Rossi, Ryan Barmer 31st, 32nd for Code Luigi, 33rd Sebastian Kukulon, 34th Oliver Evans, 35th Zachary Fitzgerald Sr., and Kai Alexander did not make it back to the start-finish line, finished the lap down in the 36th position. Let's now go see the point standings 8 races into the season. Nearing the halfway point of the season, this is what the points look like. Christian Vargas has amassed a 114-point gap over second in points. Brandon Grenier, so the 4 team on fire so far. Can they hang on for the next 12 races to win the championship? Grenier's second in points, as we mentioned. Jay Rando's now 3rd. 4th for Anthony Lehman. Ryan Brommer gets 5th. Justin Zeidel 6th. Riley Sampson 7th. Bronson Minnick in 8th. 9th for Brandon Beal. And Jake Galloway rounds out the top 10. John Smith in 11th, Carter Friesen 12th, 13th Anthony Rodriguez, 14th Sean Richardson, Marshall Burrow in 15th, then 16th for John Gilbert, 17th for Casey Neckon, Dylan Trieste 18th, Luke Rennie 19th, and rounding out the top 20, it is Tyler Fink in the 59. So as we look down through the rest of these points contenders, 21st is now Riley Spurley-Tube, 22nd Jonathan Rains, Anthony Fox 23rd, Trey Wright 24th, Colucci in 25th, then Fitzwater and Trey Rennie, 2 teammates 26th and 27th, 28th Mark Salas, 29th Noggin Scott, 30th Kai Alexander, 31st Christian Richardson, 32nd Anthony Hernandez, 33rd Oliver Evans, 34th for Jose Mills, Max Rossi 35th, and Sebastian Kukulon down 36th in the point standings. At the top right are the owners' points. Obviously getting very close at the top. A lot of teams now getting up into us. Levi Jones has not had the best few days for that organization the last few weeks. Now we look ahead to race number 9, back oval racing. We're going to the Homestead Miami Speedway for the Krispy Kreme 325. I will see you guys then.